Hey there, patrons. This is Mike, and as promised, I am covering the final game in the new Awaken Realms releases for 20 Strong. This is the one based on Nemesis, and man, is it different! I had not read the rules before I recorded the other ones. This is a 1 to 3 player Awaken Realms, or not Awaken Realms, 20 Strong release. It's not solo only. And just like Nemesis, it is limited cooperation, not straight up traitor, at least as far as I've seen. I mean, there are some cards that kind of want you to maybe let other players die. But for the most part, you are kind of working together, but you're sharing the same dice pool. It's a little wonky. I'm going to show you a solo play today. But yeah, you can play with up to 3 players. And how it works is each of you is represented by one of the stat dice. This is your health trait and also shows where you are in this 5x4 grid of rooms. And that's because your stats never change. So like I'm playing as the CEO, I guess I'm Wayland Yutani or somebody, and I've got 3 strategy and 3 recovery, and that's just how it's going to be. So yeah, let's talk through some things. So first, let me zoom out a little bit. Or I guess I'll just angle things. So this is the placement of the rooms. So you take 20 room cards, they're always the same, and you make them into a randomized 4x5 grid. And one card has start on the back, so I'm going to reveal that at the beginning. That's the cryo chamber, and we all start on it. And we are trying to find different rooms on the map to accomplish different goals. And we have this little room reference guide. It's actually on the back of other characters. So we've got what all these bullet rooms are, what the wrench rooms are, so that we know kind of like which kind of places we want to be going towards. Now, there was a misprint in the prototype. You'll see that some of the wrenches are like bright white and some are gray. Same thing for the bullets. I've not memorized them or anything, so it's not going to help me at all. But they are supposed to be like all the same shading, so that is not supposed to be the case. But yeah, so we each pick a character. I've picked the CEO just to kind of freeze frame on that. So he's got 2 life, 3 strategy, 3 recover. So terrible health, but great stats otherwise. I've got the protect ability. When you would suffer any amount of damage, I can banish an item from my inventory to prevent all of that damage, which is good when I only have 2 life. And finally, I've got robotic punch. When taking an attack action, you may add 1 additional die from the exhausted area to your roll. Yep, all that is pretty cool. And other stuff going on. So we start with the number spinner on 10, and this is basically the number of rounds before the ship blows up or whatever. So we need to try to make something happen before that happens. And additionally, this is going to determine when we go into the self-destruct sequence. So this is a noise card. We're going to have the tracker start on noise level 0, and as noise increases, we'll go boop, boop, boop. And whenever we get to, wait, am I on the wrong side? Oh, no, okay, here it is. When we get to noise level 5 and then go up 1 more, then we're going to spawn an enemy and go back down to noise level 0. But whenever, where is this? Oh, sorry. I knew I was on the wrong side. So yeah, when we get to 5, then we would go to an enemy. But it says when the dial reaches the number of players plus the difficulty rank, I'm going to play on just basic 1 level difficulty. So in this case, 2. When we get down to round 2 in the game, this is going to flip and it's going to be a little bit easier to spawn enemies, and that counts as being in the self-destruct sequence. So if we were playing with multiple players, we would each get a turn before this would tick down each time. So we'd each get 10 rounds or 10 turns or whatever it is. Now, how do we win the game? We have to get enough points, and it's based on difficulty, objective points. Okay, so we take cards based on the player count. So here I've got the 4 cards that are 1 or 1 plus. If I was playing 2-player, then we would each draw from the 1 plus and the 2 plus cards, and there's also some 3 only cards. And then I randomly got 2 of them, and I'm going to pick 1 of them to actually determine how many objective points I get at the end of the game. And with the difficulty level I'm at, the basic difficulty level, I need to get at least 7 objective points to win. And there's a bunch of ways to earn them. Now, I don't have to decide which card I'm going for until I escape the ship, until I die, because I could still win if I've accomplished enough stuff, or until that self-destruct sequence is activated in the final 2 rounds. Then I have to lock in which one I'm going to go for. Just a freeze frame on the first option. Remember, we can get 7 points, or we need to get at least 7 points. So if I escape with full health or higher, which would be right now 2 health, then I get a point. If I end the game before the self-destruct sequence activates, then I get 2 points. If I, at the end of the game, have a number of items equal to my strategy stat, so, yep, that would be at least 3, I get 2 points. If I destroy the nest, which is going to be like the hub of all the monsters, I can get 3 points. And at the end of the game, if there are 7 or fewer rooms active, I get 3 points. 7 or fewer, wow. Now, you can deactivate rooms sometimes, but that one's pretty tough. Oh, and if I escape with at least 1 energy charge item in my inventory, I can get 4 points. That's a lot. Looking at my other option, again, if I escape with full health, I get 1. If all other escape pods are either active or removed, and both engine rooms are active, I can get 2 points. That's a lot, I'll say right now, for solo, because there's no real point to me going and finding the other escape pods. If the laboratory, monitoring room, and surgery are all active, I can get 2 points. That one's a little bit easier. If I escape with 2 or more multi-use items, that's what that symbol is, I get 3 points. If no heroes escape before the dial reaches 3. Oh, so if I wait a while to escape, I can get 3. And if I kill the queen, I can get 4. But this one seems maybe a little bit easier than the other one. I mean, because I can pretty easily get 2 multi-use items. That's a lot of the inventory. And I guess if I find one of those energy charges that's worth 4 on the other card, I can kind of switch which way I go. But I have options here, and I will keep an eye out for the laboratory, monitor room, and surgery area. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm going for, but let's go ahead and jump in and tell you how a turn runs. So first, we decrease the dial by 1, but not in the first round. And again, if we were playing with multiple players, we would only do that for the first player. And then we check for the self-destruct sequence, clearly not. And then we recover dice equal to our recover stat, so I would get 3 dice back. Now, this is where things are really weird. I'm showing you solo, but for multiplayer, you're all using the same dice pool. So one player could theoretically burn through a ton of dice and force the other players not to have very many options. I'm still deciding how I feel about that, but it's certainly something. Okay, now the main brunt is not the right word, bulk of my turn is going to be taking up to 4 actions. I can move, I can attack, I can salvage, I can trade, or do something that's on my room or on an item I have. And each of these actions is potentially going to use some dice. And whenever I do an action that uses dice, which is mainly move and attack, I have to do a strategy phase where I can use, re-roll the dice up to 3 times to try to get better results. And then I'll do the resolve phase where anybody left will attack me. Enemies will also run after me and try to get me if they're left, because they are not engaged with me. They're on a spot of the board. And then I have to roll for noise at the end of the round, and it's going to be worse if I have higher value, like closer to red colored dice in the pool. Just to kind of give you the overall feel for things. But let's go to engagement, and I'll just kind of talk through the actions as I use them. Okay, so I'm over here in the cryo chamber. It has these things for how it activates. I don't have to worry about that. And it does have an ability that if an enemy rolls an attack in this room, regular hits do 1 fewer damage. So I'm really pretty safe if I'm in the cryo chamber, but there's no enemies right now, so not much point to worrying about that. What I want to do first is try to move into another room to activate one of them or find things. Remember, I'm looking for the lab, monitoring room, and surgery. And, all of those, all 3 of those are wrench rooms. This is looking at the room reference, and not bullet rooms. Now, in terms of actually escaping, to escape, I need to find both engine rooms, which are wrench rooms. I need to find generally at least 2 generators, which are wrench rooms, and at least 1 escape pod, which is an ammo room. And also the rooms to get you like better attacking things and such are in I'm wrong. Surgery. One of the ones I'm looking for is one of those bullet-backed rooms. But yeah, anyway, long story short, for now, I'm going to try to get as many wrenches as I can, and then I'll maybe go back and do the bullets. So I'm going to take a move action. There is nothing to mark how many actions you've taken. I figured I might get confused and forget, so I'm going to be ticking down this other player die. So I'm going down to 3 because I've used one of my 4 actions, and I want to move. So when I move, I can commit up to my health worth of dice. So the CEO is kind of walking slowly. I can only use up to 2 dice. And I roll them just like I'm doing an attack. I can add more dice, but I can't get rid of the ones I've already committed. But the big thing is I can't go over 2 dice, and I have to use the entire result or re-roll the entire thing up to my strategy rating of 3. So if I rolled a move and I wanted 2 successes and I only got 1, I can't keep that 1 and re-roll this one and apply it to anything because there's nothing to apply to. I'm moving. I would have to roll both of them again. This is how most of the special actions in the game works, especially movement. Now, what am I looking for? When I move, each hit or each crit will let me move a single space. So crits are not any better in terms of movement. It still just counts as 1 hit to let me move up to that many spaces. So here I could move up to 2 orthogonal rooms. Doesn't matter if they're inactive, face down, or active. But, and this is going to apply to basically every roll in the game, every crit is going to raise the noise level up 1 if I apply it, if I choose to use it, which, again, I don't have to until it's my third strategy phase. Now, I only have 3 recoveries, so I'm just going to roll a single green die. I've got 3 strategy, and I'll try to get a single move to go into here. Okay, so first strategy phase, failure. Second strategy phase, there we go. Beautiful. So not a crit, so I can move up to 1 space with my 1 success. I did have 1 more strategy, so I could roll again, but clearly there's no point to. So I will move here, and I immediately exhaust this 1 green die. Now, whenever I move into a room, if it's not revealed yet, if it's not flipped over, I can peek at it. I wouldn't tell other players what it was. Oh, wow, it's one of the engine rooms. And I can immediately choose to activate it if I meet its requirements. So for Engine Room B, I have to either have player count generators active, which I don't, or I would have to activate an enemy. And the enemies are face down, so I don't know who it will be. But I have my robotic punch ability. I have a ton of dice available. So activating, dealing with an enemy might not be the worst thing in the world. Hopefully it's not the queen or something. And each engine room has its own ability as well. This one says, when activated, increase noise by player count. So we are moving up to noise level 1. And then as an action, I can deactivate this room to decrease noise by 2. So deactivate me. Oh, sorry, actually, you do it like this. You tilt it 90 degrees so you can tell that it's deactivated, but it still is known what room it is. Now, I've got to say also, whenever you activate a room, you look at the top for a number of wrench or ammo symbols, and I take that many. There's 2 different item decks. I take that many cards face down under here, and these are now cards that I can get if I take a salvage action to pick them up. And my strategy stat, the 3 here, applies to the weapon items and the kind of general items, and also this special item type, the antidote. That's just its own thing. It applies to each of them separately, so I could have like 3 weapons and also 3 other things. But I am choosing to activate an enemy. I could have chosen not to activate the engine room at all. I would be the only one who knew what it was. It wouldn't get any items yet, and I could try to activate it later, but whatever, we're here. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to have to flip an enemy. Oh, Lord. Okay, and I got lucky with my first enemy. It is a larva. So this one has 3 life. Its attack stat is a single green. Now, some enemies will have multiple attack dice, and attacking is different in this one. They roll dice just like a player would, and if they get hits or critical hits, each one does 1 damage. Critical hits still only do 1 damage, but they do up the noise. Like the alien makes a lot of noise as it's attacking you. Okay, and his special abilities, when this enemy moves, it moves up to 4 rooms. Usually it will move up to 2 rooms to chase you. And when this enemy is defeated, if there are 2 or more dice applied to it, this enemy is immediately banished, which is actually a bad thing because larvae are the weakest. And usually when you defeat an enemy, it gets shuffled back into the enemy deck at the end of the round. So if you can manage to get a crit on a larva to defeat it, although you'll make some noise doing so, that can be a little bit better. Now, again, he's on the engine room. I could just run away, although he moves so fast, it wouldn't really do very much. But when you run away from somebody, when you take a move action out of them, they get an opportunity attack. And how it works is they roll their leftmost die if they have multiple, or in this guy's case, he would just roll a single green die. But now let's take our second action to do an attack. Attacks are basically the same as in every other game, except that crits that you apply will still count as making noise, because all crits make noise, although they also do deal double damage, so unlike movement, they still kind of work the normal way. And just like with move action, you can only commit up to your heart value. Although this guy, when taking an attack, you may add 1 additional die from the exhausted area to your roll. So does that... I'm not sure if that... I don't think that overrides the 2 heart commitment limit. So I can take the green that's in my exhausted area, and I guess I'll take the red. Or actually, do I want to take the red? Because the highest die you put into your exhausted area is also going to be the color you're rolling for noise at the end of the turn. So I'll take 2 greens, but I think I'm still limited to 2 dice at a time. Now, I can leave damage on him and take like another action. I have 2 actions left to attack again, and I could use 2 more dice. And then I could do that again for my 3rd action or my 4th action for the turn. But damage does go away at the end of your entire group of actions, at the end of your 4 actions, if you haven't yet defeated the monster. But anyway, this is my my second action. After moving, I'm going to try to kill this larva. Okay, so yeah, you know what? Even though it will create noise, I am going to keep the crit. This one will just get exhausted to... Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, there's no way to defeat him with... Never mind. I don't know why I thought that... But yeah, this is still enough, so I will still do it. So I do gain a noise because I used a crit, so I'm at noise level 2. Once we go over 5, so like if we would go to basically the equivalent of noise 6, And he is defeated. Now, he's immediately defeated, so he is banished and he's get exhausted instead of waiting to the end of the round like normal. Okay, well, that was an exciting beginning to things. All right, now I could salvage this one item, but salvaging is really dangerous when you do it early on. Because what you do is you have to commit and roll every die you have, every ready die. So right now, all but 2 of them. Then I gain the top item of the room's item stack, and I recover 1 die for each crit rolled, but I also make a noise for each crit rolled, just like always, and then all the dice get returned. So this one does not use strategy things, so you don't get to like reroll multiple times through your strategy phase. Oh, wait, yes, you do. What am I talking about? Yes, you absolutely get to use your strategy stat to reroll multiple times to try to get fewer crits. But just like the movement one, you have to reroll all the dice or just keep the result. And yeah, like when I have right now 15 dice, I'm going to make a lot of noise, and I might raise the noise up a lot if I salvage right now. And also, I don't have that many dice to get back, so even like if I got a lot of crits, it wouldn't really be worth it. So now let's keep on looking around. Maybe let's do this one and then head left. So for my third action, I'm down to 1. I'm going to try to move to the right. And let's keep doing the greens, because right now that's the only thing in my exhausted pool, so they're not going to make too much noise. So here we go. Okay, beautiful. So I got 1 success. I will not reroll, even though I do have 3 strategy. I'll go over here. Let's see what it is. Ooh, it's one of the generators. Oh, crud. Oh, never mind. This is okay. So I can either discard an energy charge, which is an item I could find, or I could add 2 enemies to the nest. So this is a separate pile. Remember, you never have a discard pile for enemies. They always get shuffled back in. This is going to be a separate pile of enemies next to it. And when we find the nest area, if we activate it, all the enemies that are in the nest will spawn there. If we don't activate the nest and we just keep on building them up, when we eventually get to the self-destruct sequence being activated, then everybody who's waiting in the nest will instead spawn into the cryo chamber and start chasing us down. So you get an exciting finish. But yeah, I will go ahead and activate the generator for sure by spawning 2 enemies. So there they go. Or sorry, into the nest. They're not really spawned. And this generator says, once per turn, it's an action. You make it decrease the dial. So give up an entire round to recover up to 6 dice. I mean, that's a good crud option, but I don't really need it. Now, just a note, now if I had tried to activate the engine room, I would not have had to spawn an enemy because I would have had at least player counted generators active. And also each generator has this little like sort of battery symbol on the right there, and many other rooms will ask for that. Like as an example, I had mentioned this earlier, every single escape pod requires generally like 1, 2, or even 3 generators to be active before you can escape the ship with it. Okay, I have 1 action left, so I think I could move up to 2, because remember my character's max health is 2. I could move back into the engine room. Oh, there is an item in the generator. Could try to get this item. Just really scared of getting too many crits, because I still have a ton of dice. And I'm going to currently recover almost every die I have. Or maybe, I could try to go to like one of these rooms, because I do have to have or find escape pods, and I haven't found any of the things, laboratory, monitoring room, surgery, that my objectives want. Well, here, let's try this. Instead of rolling greens, I'll roll 2 yellows with my 3 strategy stat. If I get 2 hits, I'll jump all the way over here. If I only get 1 hit, I'll go down there, or maybe up to that. Let's see how that works out for us. Okay, so that's strategy phase 1. Strategy roll 2. Well, this is not exactly what I wanted. Strategy number 3. Okay, so I did only get 1. And I'll go ahead and check out what this dude is. Didn't get any noise from that because no crits. So, it's surgery. Yes, that is one of the ones that I need to find for my objective. And in fact, that is the only one I need to find that is in a bullet room. So that's cool. So to go in here, I need to do either a noise check of 2 greens or the med bay has to be active, which is not. I will go ahead and do a noise check of 2 greens. So how a noise check works, this is interesting, and there's several things like this. I need to get 2 green dice. First priority, they come from the exhausted pile, which in this case is good because I had 2 of them. But if there weren't enough greens in the exhausted pile and I still wanted to do this noise check, I would have to take the rest from the ready pile and they would still exhaust. So you really have to weigh your choices when you're doing these kind of rolls. Besides that, a noise check, as you can probably imagine, I'm just looking for the crits, which will raise noise. Besides that, nothing else will happen. Crud. So I did get noise up 1 for the crit. Doesn't have any other effect. It just happens. And that was, it gets me a noise level 3. But we got a bunch of items in surgery. Maybe I'll actually stop to grab one of those. And once per turn is an action, I can roll. Whoops. Let me raise that up a little bit. Once per turn is an action, I can roll dice equal to the number of players plus 1. Should be 2 right now. And regardless of the result rolled, I get plus 1 heart. So basically, I'm just rolling 2 dice with a 1/6 chance for each of them of raising the noise level with that thing. Okay, but that was my 4th action, right? Because I moved, attacked, moved. I found one of the 3 rooms for 2 points on this card. What else would I want to do? Escape with full health. I've got that. I'm definitely not going to do the all escape pods removed. Oh, right. Items. So yeah, maybe I should stay in surgery and look a little bit, although I still have so many dice. And if I wait until round 3, so I could escape when the dial reaches 3 and it still wouldn't be, whatchamacallit? It wouldn't be the, what is the thing? Self-destruct sequence. Yeah, that wouldn't be activated yet. All right, well, we'll see how it goes. All right, now to close out the round, if we defeat any enemies, they would go away. We would exhaust any dice that were sitting on enemies because they usually get held on them. They don't go to your discard, or sorry, your exhausted power right away. And now I have to, at the end of the round, roll for noise. And I take the highest or worst, I don't know what to call it, the die with the most success faces of what I have. So using yellow and green made me a little safer here because what I'm doing is I'm rolling this. If I get a success, I get 1 noise. If I get a crit now, I get 2 noise. If I get a miss, I get 0. So I get a 50-50 chance here of nothing. Nope. We're at noise level 4. So 2 more and we'll have to spawn an enemy in our area. All right, that was it for the first round. We tick down to 9. And I get to recover up to 3 dice. Well, let's get all of our greens and just leave yellows there right now. All right, now I really am torn because I want to get some items here, but I don't want to tick the... Well, actually, I guess it's not that bad if the noise ticks up a bunch. You know, I mean, so it goes. All right, sure. For our first of 4 actions, let's go ahead and do a salvage action. So again, I have to roll every single die. I'm looking for not crits. I got 1 crit, which still wouldn't trigger the noise. I'll take it. So noise increases to 5, so it's not quite to where we will spawn somebody yet. Because I get 1 die recovered equal to the number of crits, I get the yellow back. All of these also go to the ready area. So I only have 1 yellow not recovered at the moment. And regardless of how many crits and all that other stuff, I get to take the top card of my area. Beautiful start for my objective. What do I want to have? 2 multi-use items. Well, here's one of them. This is a flamethrower. So you'll see it says uses and 2 lights at the top. So when I use it once, I'll rotate it once to show it only has 1 use. And then if I rotate it again, it'll be gone. And the flamethrower is crazy. It says, as an action, roll all ready dice and then deal the rolled damage to enemies in your room, divided between them as you choose, and still crits will cause you to raise noise, just like everything else. Damage is dealt to an enemy in this way must defeat it. So you have to do enough damage to kill them in one go. But then you have to increase noise by 1 if you want to return all the rolled misses. And it's not a strategy thing, so you can't re-roll the dice. So you might just literally exhaust your entire dice pool. But if you roll some misses and use and take 1 noise, you can get at least some dice back. But yeah, this is kind of a all-in insanity kind of card. But right now, I'm just mainly happy to have it for half of that goal to have 2 multi-use items. It's going to get me 3 points. I like that. All right, so I could go again. I mean, I do have a good weapon now. But also I have nothing exhausted. Yeah, let's move on a little bit. Okay, so I will use a single yellow, a single green. I'll use a single green to try to take a move action. This is my second action of the turn. 1 roll. Don't want that. That'll spawn an enemy. 2 rolls. Should I? Well, you know what? I could add another green in, or maybe a yellow, because I can roll up to 2 dice, and now hopefully we won't get a crit, or we'll get nothing, so we just waste the action. By the way, a move of 0 spaces would still let you activate a room. Let's say I'd chosen not to activate the surgery the first time. This move action where I didn't move would still let me activate it. Okay, well, let's try that again. Those are still exhausted. That sucked. Just going to do a green die again. It'll be great. Maybe it won't be great. I don't know. 1 roll. And okay, there we go. 2 rolls. Move without any noise. So I have 1 action left. And we found the med bay. Was that another one? No, it was laboratory, monitoring room, and surgery. But if surgery is active, I can activate the med bay without doing a noise check. So why not? And there's 2 more weapons there, or weapon type items. Not all of them are actually weapons. So once per turn is an action, roll all ready green dice. These dice are not exhausted. For each hit, you may gain +1 life and recover 1 non-green die. I mean, if I was somebody like the soldier that has 5 life, that would be a lot easier to do. But for now, I'm not going to worry about it. All right, what do I want to do? I am very worried that at the end of it, well, I guess if an enemy spawns at the end of the turn, it's not the biggest deal. Now, I don't want to scavenge right now because it's my last action. So if if I got an enemy right now, I wouldn't be able to respond before they potentially killed me and my too little piddly health. So for my last action, I'm actually I want to get to these again, right? Because those are the ones I'm trying to find to get more generators in the other engine room. So I'm going to roll 2 green dice. This is my last action of a turn. Trying to move there and hopefully not get any crits to make any noise. Okay, so I'd have to move 1 or go again. Okay, we'll go again. This is my second roll. Ooh, beautiful. I can't believe I got it. Okay, so that was 2 moves. And what do we got here? The monitoring room. This is what I need. Increase noise by 1. Shoot. Okay, we're not doing that because I want to die. So we'll just have to take another move action for nothing, not rolling any dice, to uncover that in a second after we, once we have some actions left to actually fight things. But it's good to know that it's there. It's good to know that it's there. Okay, so there's no enemies. There's none of that kind of stuff. So we have to roll for noise. Note that we don't recover until the beginning of our next turn. And if we were playing multiplayer, we would each recover. So I only have greens and yellows. And let's see if we get, yep, that's 1 noise, which is enough to push us from 5 to 0 with a new enemy spawning. But this is already after the attack phase and everything, so they aren't going to do anything yet. It is a creeper. They have 4 life, yellow and green attack. If this enemy is not defeated, deactivate the closest active room to this enemy, so they turn off the power of things. Although, again, all those effects already happened. The noise check is the last step of the round. And when this enemy is defeated, if the self-destruct sequence is active, the hero closest enemy has to discard 1 item. Well, that's certainly not going to be the case. Okay, we're going down to 8, but now we're back to noise 0. That's a beautiful thing. What's not so beautiful is this creeper, and he's not dangerous enough to use a flamethrower. Yeah, okay. So I guess I'll just try punching him. Oh, I got to recover. So I'll recover 3 greens, I guess. Or actually, let's recover 2 greens and a yellow so I can use the green from the exhausted area for my robot punch. Okay, so I will go ahead and for my first of 4 actions, I will go ahead and do a red and the green from the exhausted area for my robot punch. Again, I don't really want to flamethrow this guy because it would use up all my dice. That was good. I'll put the green on there. Might as well reroll the red 2 more times to try to get a crit. Oh, good. Oh, that does rate. That's right. That makes noise. Should I not do that then? No, I mean, it's fine because I only need to use 1 more die. Okay, so I'm at noise level 1. Second action, I'm going to keep on punching him. I guess if I'm putting the red into the exhausted pile anyway, might as well use the purple. No, I don't want that. Okay, second roll, that's better. Okay, so I already got the 1 noise. So he's defeated. None of this stuff is going to apply, but he is technically still here, and those dice are still locked down for now. Okay, then as my third action is not going great, I'm just going to flip the monitoring room, and I will increase noise by 1 for the player count. So we're at noise level 2, and this one has 2 of the gear items now, which don't tend to be multi-uses often. And yeah, this one's got an awesome ability. It says at the start of your turn, you may look at the top card of the alien deck or at up to 2 inactive rooms. So I can save myself a lot of time and annoyance trying to track down those important spots. Okay, get out of here, you stupid robot. Not robot, alien, whatever you are. So that being the case, I kind of want to stay in the monitoring room and do something else. I guess I could salvage. I'm just hoping that I don't roll too many crits. Okay, first roll. That's way too many. Nope, we're not doing that. Second roll. Come on, no crits, which is a weird thing to I don't want 3 crits again? Okay, this is my last roll. Please, no whammy. 2 crits. Gosh. All right, so I do get the 2 dice that are in my exhausted pile back. But I'm already at noise level 4 again. Why? All right, and I get whatever this item is, which is a laser pointer. As an action, move any enemy up to 4 rooms, and that enemy immediately attacks each hero in that room. Well, I guess that'd be good if you had a more betrayal-oriented objective. I do not. All right, so then we go to the end of the turn, so these get exhausted. This guy gets shuffled back in, actually, because he is not a larva thing. And I do have to roll to increase the noise with the worst die in the pool, a red. It's up to 5 again, so I'm about to get another free enemy. And at the start of the turn, it ticks down to 7, and I get all of these back. So one nice thing is I have all my dice back again. And I get to use the monitoring room. So let's peek at, how about these 2 in the corner, just so I can kind of not go to them. Okay, a turret, which helps to fight people, but I don't need for anything. And another generator. which would need an energy charge or add a guy to the nest. I know I'd need like probably at least 2 generators. So sure, I'll make my way over there, I think, with my move actions this turn. So yeah, speaking of move actions, let's go ahead and move once. I'll stick with good old green. First roll, second roll, beautiful. And we'll see what this is. Oh, mainframe terminal. I could discard 1 wrench item. That's fine, because I don't really want to do the noise check, because that would exhaust 2 yellow dice since I don't have any. Now, none of my cards care about this. What does it say? Once per turn as an action, if the self-destruct sequence is not active, you may exhaust, for me, 2 dice to draw a random unused objective card. Oh, I don't need that. Never mind. That's stupid. I don't need you. Get out of here. So that was a 1 action. Let's go down to 2 actions and try... Maybe I should move to the generator first. Yeah, so let's actually go into blue dice. I haven't used those yet. And, okay, 1, because I want to get a double. That would spawn a monster. Okay, should I go for one more? What are the chances? These are 2/3. So I have like a 1/3, 1, 2. I only have a 4/9 chance of rolling 2. Okay, I'll just suck it up. They're going to spawn eventually anyway, right? Okay, so after this move action, I still have 2 actions left, but I am going up to, or back to noise level 0 and spawning somebody. Oh, and I am going to add 1 enemy to the nest. That's fine. And then who do I get? It's an adult. Okay, so this guy's got 5 health plus the number of players, so 6. And he rolls 2 blues. There's no way I can kill him in time. I could use my flamethrower. I don't want to use my flamethrower, but I could. Oh, I could use my laser pointer to move him up to 4 rooms. That would work, because then it would take him a while to like come catch up to me. And if I keep on moving away. So sure, let's go ahead. It is an action, unfortunately, so I'm down to 1 action, but I'll use my laser pointer. It goes to a discard pile. Only the enemies get shuffled back in. And I'm going to send him 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't even see it, but he's all the way over in the other corner in surgery. Okay, so I still need to find the other engine room. I still might need to find 1 more generator. And then I'm still looking for some of the things that will help me out. So let's just try to move a single space with a green, with a blue die. We're already blued up from the other dice I use, so it's not going to make my noise more likely to be bad. 1 roll, 2 rolls, great. All right, here we go. Oh, it's engine room way, which I can activate because I have at least 1 generator active. When activated, increase noise by player count again, so we're at noise 1. And, it's the same one as the other one. Okay, so they have the same thing. This one also has a wrench card. Oh, this one had a wrench card. All right, so now if I find an escape pod with 2 generators in both engine rooms, I should basically be able to leave. But how would I be doing? So with this one, I would have 1 point for having full health. Before the self-destruct, so that'd be 3 points. I only have 1 item, so no, I would not have destroyed the nest. 7 or fewer rooms are active. I've got 8 active already, so no, unless I like go and break some of them. And have at least 1 energy charge in my inventory. So if I could find that, that would be 7. So if I can find an energy charge, that's 1 way to be ready to win at the lower difficulty I'm playing. Okay, with this one, I've got 1 point from health. I'm definitely not going to find all the other escape pods. That's stupid. At the end of the game, the laboratory, monitoring room, and surgery are all active. I have got surgery and monitoring. So all I got to do is find the lab. That would get me to 3. If I can get 1 more multi-use item, that would get me to 6. And if I wait until round 3, although now that there's an adult hunting me, I'm not as sure if I want to, that would get me to 9. So I could even afford not to find the lab, although that's pretty easy. But finding the lab, having health, and waiting to round 3 would not be enough if I didn't get another multi-use item. Or if I didn't defeat the queen. Shoot. Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep on seeing how things go. Oh, and I still have 1 action left, right? Because, yeah. I had 2 actions. Oh, no, that's right. It costs an action to send him with the laser pointer. Okay, so now he moves 2 rooms towards me. I can pick which way he goes. So I'm going to keep him on the bottom row so I can escape more easily. And in terms of the lab I'm searching for, there's only 4 more things it could be because I already know what that is. And then there are 3 escape pods. There's 3 escape pods. So there's only 6 more bullet rooms I haven't looked at. Oh, wait, is that 7? Yeah, 7 more. So almost half of these are escape pods. But yeah, if I can find the lab and get a multi-use item, I don't think I even need to wait for round 3, right? Maybe? Okay. I do have to roll for noise. I'm only up to blue, so hopefully... Okay, only one up, so I'm at noise level 2. That's fine. Okay, then going to the next turn, I'll get all my blue dice back, and I'm down to the 6. So yeah, I want to get away from that adult, but also find the last few rooms I need. So let's move up to here. I'll do a green die. So this is action 1. No, I don't want that. Roll 2. Shoot. Roll 3. It'll be fine. Yes. Okay, so I'll go in here. Still got 3 actions left. And, oh, it's another generator. Yeah, I can add 2 more to the nest. I don't care. I'm not going to activate the nest if I find it. And I'm not going to try to wait around for the self-destruct sequence to spawn them anyway. So now I have a ton of... Oh, what's this one? Once per turn as an action, you may banish 1 die to discard the closest undefeated enemy. Ooh, let's do that. Yeah, okay, so as my second action... I'll banish a yellow. Actually, let's banish a purple. I'm not really planning to fight a lot of people. Let's banish a purple, and I can only roll 2 dice per attack anyway. And I blew up this guy to discard. Yeah, to discard, so he goes back in the deck. All right, cool. So now I'm at noise 2, and I'm in a pretty safe space. Do I want to go here or here first? Let's roll a blue and go north, I guess. 1, beautiful. That was my third action. I have 1 left. Whoa. Where'd that go? Was that here? Okay, that was here. And, oh, we found the lab. So I can either do a noise check or discard 1 item. Well, I guess I'll go and do it. Blue, green, yellow. I have a blue and a green. Unfortunately, I don't have a yellow, so I'm going to have to exhaust a yellow. And I'm looking for not crits here, just not crits. Got 1. So we're at noise level 3. Great. Okay, we've got 2 of these here. Now, there are a few items. I mean, I could go for the energy charge, and also there are a few multi-use items, so maybe I should search here for my last action. I would need to get 3 noise to spawn somebody. I think I'm kind of safe from that. What's its action? Once per turn as an action, you may discard 1 gear item and 1 weapon item to recover up to 5 dice. Oh, or get the antidote item. That's where that comes in. It lets you gain 3 life. Even going over your max, but whatever. Okay, so yes, sure, I'll try to salvage while I'm here. I have now found and activated, by the way, all 3 items for that one thing. I'm just trying to get another multi-use item, and then I can just get an escape pod and get out of here. All right, so I get 3 rolls. I don't want crits. I don't want... It's 2 crits. No, it's 3 crits again. Jeez. This would be great if I was like attacking a boss in another version of 20 strong. Okay, roll 2. It's 2 crits, which would not spawn somebody yet. I'll take my chances, though. Come on. There has to be like a 1 or 0 crit living in here somewhere, right? Dang it, 2 crits again. Okay, so I'm up to noise 5. I do get to take 2 dice back, so I can get the blue and 1 of the greens, so at least my noise roll at the end of a turn won't be as bad. And I get an item, come on, multi-use. Or spacesuit. I have +1 strategy, as long as I have this. That's cool. It's not going to stop noise from coming and enemies from murdering me, but it's kind of cool. Okay. Now, it does get me to 2 items. Yeah, so if I have this one, then that would be 3 items. I could leave before self-destruct. I would have 1 point there. I'd still need an energy charge. Never mind. All right, so go to my noise roll. I only had these. And no noise. Yay, we didn't get an enemy yet, although maybe that would have been better if we did, so we could deal with them right away. Okay, and this decreases to 5, and I only had 2 dice. So I have everything back, which is not going to help me survive. Okay, so I've gotten all of the gear things I needed. So now I want to find an escape pod, and I still need a multi-use item or an energy charge. But looking for any of those is going to certainly get me attacked, right? Like it's going to happen. Although I could use my flamethrower if that happens. That's not like going to do you too terrible. So let's start moving through these and try to find an escape pod. Or should I get an item before I go? It might be multi-use. It might be an energy charge. Although, again, that's so much more likely with a bullet. So, no, let's try to move. Okay, so first action of 4. I'm going to send my little lonely CEO next door with... We'll use a blue die this time. I don't know. Okay, great. What have we got? It's the nest. No, we're not. So we could discard 2 items or spawn 2 more guys, but also every single guy here would spawn if we activated it. So now we're good. We're good. Second action. Let's say bye to that and go over here with, I guess, another blue since I've already got some. Nice. Okay, armory. Oh, man, increase noise by 1. When taking an attack action, you may commit 1 additional die from the exhausted area Never mind, I like the armory. At the start of a salvage action, you may take 1 damage to ignore increasing noise for that action. I don't really have enough life to do that, but still. Okay, we're activating the armory, increasing noise. We're getting an enemy, but we're going to deal with them. And then we've got a billion items here. We'll try to find one of the multi-use ones that can help us out. All right, let's see who our friend is this time. It's another adult. Okay, so 6 life. 6 life, but the armory is going to let me use an extra die, so I should be able to kill him with my last 2 actions, maybe. So action 1, remember I've got the spacesuit now, so I can, I have 4 strategy rolls instead of 3. So I'm getting the 2 from the exhausted pile. Yeah, and you can commit, see this one does say it differently. It says I can commit 1 additional die. The CEO just says you can add 1 additional die. I wish they were a little bit more clear with this. But either way, I'll assume that I'm only allowed to commit 2 plus the armory. So I'm using the 2 exhausted ones for my robot punch in the armory and the 1 red. And if I can get some crits, I got 4 rolls. That'd be great. So 1, beautiful. Oh wait, it's going to increase noise for each crit. Well, whatever. So that's 2 damage, but noise level goes up to 1. Let's try again. Okay, that's 2 rolls and 3 rolls. I have 1 more action left. Okay, let's put the blue in. That gets him to 3 damage, and we'll go for maybe a crit. No. Okay, so he's at 4 damage. We only need 2 more. So for my last action, I will attack again. I don't have anything in the exhausted pile to grab. So I'll just use 2 purples, I guess. So, okay. Well, now I don't need it. So I'll put the regular hit there, but I don't want the crit. 2. Okay, I got him. Noise is at 1. That's fine. So he's defeated. These all get exhausted. He gets shuffled back in. And I got to roll the red for noise. Goes up by 1. We're at noise 2. But then I'll get all 3 of these back with my recovery. So I just have 2 blue in there. All right, so I want to get some items here. And then hopefully that will be an escape pod. Because literally at this point, there's only 5 bullet rooms left. And 3 of them have to be escape pods. So I'm going to salvage. If I take 1 damage to make sure I don't increase noise for the salvage, is that going to matter? So I got laboratory, monitor room, and surgery. If I get another multi-use item, that's 5. And then I'd have to wait until round 3. Yeah. Okay. Which is, what are we on 5 now? Did I forget to? I think we were already on 5, weren't we? Shoot. Yeah, because I think we're at 4. I don't know. I don't know if I forgot to turn that, but okay. So we'll assume that I can escape next turn and get the points. So I just need a multi-use item. So let's go for it. So I'm going to do a salvage. And at the start of the salvage action, I have to declare that I'm taking the damage to ignore any noise gain from it. All right, so now crits are just good. There we go. I got 2 crits. So I get back the 2 blue dice. So I have every die available to me, and I get freaking medkit. As an action, distribute +3 among heroes in your room as you choose, or recover up to 4 dice. Or reduce one enemy's attack to 0. I forgot about my, using items. Okay, so I do have 3 items now. Wait, so can I win with the other thing? So I could use the med kit, but then I wouldn't have 3 items. I would be going before the self-destruct activates. I would have the max of that, so that's 4. I didn't destroy the nest. Wouldn't have 7. No, I still have to find an energy charge for this one, so it really has to be this one. Okay, so I'm going to do a regular salvage. I get 4 rolls, trying not to get any crits because I literally have no cards to recover with them because I can't use the armory again or I would die. Too many crits. I don't even have to look. It's so many dice. Is every die. Why? Okay, and it's way too many crits. It's 6 crits. Stop it, Mike. All right, I get 2 more rolls thanks to my space suit. That's way too many crits. Okay. All right, last one. It's hard to even roll all of these. 2, 3. I'm at noise level 5. I'm about to pop another enemy. But I get another item. Come on. Gosh darn it. A grenade. As an action, increase noise by player count that deals 6 damage to each enemy in your room that would be defeated by this damage and deactivate your current room in each adjacent active room. Huh. Could I do that to get fewer than 7 rooms active? I don't know, man. So that was 2 actions. Well, you know what? Now I feel like I might as well just go and do a third search action here. Get another item. And then when the enemy spawns, I'll just throw a grenade in his face, right? So here we go. Oh, I only got 1 crit this time. Great. Well, I might as well try for 0 crits because that's the only thing that won't spawn an enemy and the extras won't matter. Nope. Why? It's hard to roll this many dice. Okay, yep. We got some crits. Looking for that mythical 0 crit roll. Oh, look at that. Oh, but now I have 1 action left. If I do it again, I might actually get killed. All right, what is it? Bandages. As an action, +1 to a hero in your room, recovered for 4 days. Sure, I'll do that right now because I already have too many items, and that will get me to be back to full health for that one objective point. Okay, then it's the end of the round. Oh, and I have no dice exhausted, so I guess I don't do a noise roll, so that's kind of cool. All right, so now maybe I cheated, but I think it's round 3, so if I escape now, I'm good, but if I wait one more turn, we're going to have 85 guys spawning in the cryo chamber. What should I do, man? Should I try to search the friggin' armory? Yeah, I'll take a damage to search the armory again without using any dice. I'm not even going to roll because I don't have anything to recover with crits. And thank you, prototype pistol. What do you do? I don't even care. You're a multi-use thing. Okay, so 3 uses. As an action, roll up to 2 blues and 1 green. Again, they could come from the exhausted pile. If they aren't exhausted, then they'd have to come from my ready pile and then exhaust, so it's not as good. Deal damage equal to the rolled result to an enemy within 1 room of you, as long as it would be defeated by this damage. Ooh, only 2 blues and 1 green. That's not really enough to kill most enemies, so yeah, it's not great. And again, that's not like an effect that would use my strategy stat. All right, but that's cool. Now I just need to find an escape pod. And am I winning? I don't have full health, although I could if I use the med kit. I'm not doing all the other escape pods. Those 3 rooms are active. That's 2. I have 2 or more multi-use items. That's 5. And it is now dial 3. So yeah, okay, I can leave now, assuming I didn't cheat and add a round. So I will use 2 green dice to try to move. And okay, beautiful. That's actually what I wanted. Let's see if this is an escape pod. It's not. Why is it okay, no, I'm not doing the canteen. All right. So one of those 2 could be an escape pod. I think they have to be now because I think one of those 2 definitely has to be an escape pod. All right. So the most I can do is 2 dice. So I'm going to do 2 purple to make it more likely I can actually move. I don't want the crit. So let's go again. Second roll. Let's go again. Third roll. Beautiful. I'm going to get over here. Come on. There we go. Escape pod. Both A and B have to be active to activate it, and I need to have at least 2 generators. So now as an action, if there are no undefeated enemies or heroes in this room, I may launch the escape pod. Yep. Let's do it. And I have to pick which of these I'm doing, so it's this one. I'm not... Oh, actually, I did have 1 action left. So let's say I use my med kit to heal myself up. So full life or higher, yes. All other escape pods are active or removed, no. Those 3 rooms have been found, yes. So that's 3. I have 2 or more multi-use items, that's 6. No one escaped before dial reaches 3, that's 9. And defeat the queen, nope. Although, I might have been able to with the flamethrower if she had popped her head out. All right, so that was it. That was Nemesis with solo mode. And quick thoughts of this. This is crazy. Like, man, this is such a great set. I'm really happy for 20 Strong and Chip Theory, because I really did feel like there were some rough patches. And I'm not sure, I think that this is a different development team or a different design team focusing on these ones compared to other ones. But I think Etherfields and Nemesis and I can't remember names. What was the other one? Tainted Grail. I think all 3 of these are, first of all, incredibly distinct. Way more distinct than any of the Tanglewood sets were from each other, in my opinion. I would say these are way more distinct than the original set of 3, Solar Sentinels and Too Many Bones and Victorium, because those were still combat focused. This one's not really combat focused, and Etherfields isn't really combat focused. Also, it's crazy this is the first multiplayer one. So, yeah, if you're looking for a time to get into 20 Strong, like, this is the one to do. And I just think this is cool. Like, it's a little bit wacky. I'm still not sure how I feel about, like, if I use a flamethrower and use every die, that means that the next player will only get, like, their recovery stat worth of dice in the pool to use. I mean, you saw there were lots of effects and also the salvage action that can get you some more dice back, but it's, like, a little bit weird, especially if you have goals where you want one of the players to die and you kind of want to screw them over. But I think it'll be fun. Honestly, I haven't dug into it as much as I would like to. But yeah, if I'm ranking them, it's tough. I think if you want a solid combat one, Tainted Grail is definitely the best. Like I said in my video, it's the closest to Solar Sentinels. I think this one, I was going to say Etherfields is the most unique. I think actually this one might now win for being the most unique with its like extreme de-emphasis of combat, with its very different action system, and with the fact that it's up to 3-player multiplayer. But Etherfields is also very unique. I know I would rank these, y'all. They're all really good. Like I'm excited to get all 3 of these back as final versions. I got to send these prototypes on to the next person, but they're all really cool. Okay, if I had to rank right now, I might go Nemesis because I can play with more people. Then Etherfield because I already have a lot of combat-focused ones, and I have Solar Sentinels. If I didn't, this might be like the best one for a newcomer. But yeah, I might go 1, 2, 3. I might go 1, 2, 3. But they're all good. They're all so good compared to, oh man, compared to how many misses there were in some of the recent releases. Like, not misses like they just didn't make good designs, but it's like weird balancing and playtesting and stuff. These just feel so much tighter and more intense. And yeah, great job to 20 Strong team. Great job to Chip Theory. You did an awesome job with all of these. So go check out the campaign. It's still not live until next week, I think, as of when patrons will be able to see this video for the first time. But hope that was helpful if you're thinking about pledging. I kind of wish that I had filmed Nemesis for one of the main channel ones, because it's so weird. Like, I wish I had saved, like, I don't know, Tainted Grail for the Patreon one, because I want more people to see the weirdness of Etherfield and Nemesis. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you at the next stop. Thanks for your support.